Weddings and soaps go hand in hand, and the young and the restless viewers are not only going to get to see Danny and Christine tie the knot yet again, fans have been an integral part of the wedding planning. When a soap opera writes a wedding, it's never just about vows and flowers. It's about spectacle, history, and the sense that an entire town is holding its breath as one of their own prepares to walk down the aisle. That's exactly the case with Christine Blair Williams on The Young and the Restless. After decades of trials, courtroom battles, betrayals, and more than a few heartbreaks, Christine's latest wedding isn't just a ceremony. It's a statement. And fans finally got their first look at her wedding dress, a gown that manages to be both a nod to her past and a daring leap into the future. A dress steeped in storytelling. Soap opera wardrobes don't live in a vacuum. They are extensions of the characters themselves, and Christine's gown is no exception. Costume designers on Y&R were faced with the task of creating something that honored Christine's enduring grace, while acknowledging that this woman has weathered storms that could sink a lesser spirit. Instead of going for sheer fairy tale fantasy, the gown whispers sophistication. The designers clearly understood Christine's core. She's not a wide-eyed ingenue anymore, but she's not jaded either. She's lived, she's loved, and she's earned the right to wear something that communicates resilience. The result? A gown that is modern yet timeless, romantic yet commanding, exactly the kind of paradox that keeps Christine fascinating after all these years. The silhouette. The first thing fans noticed in the preview photos was the silhouette. Gone are the days of frothy meringue dresses that swallowed brides whole. Christine's gown is sleek, fitted through the bodice, and gently flares into a flowing skirt that trails with elegant restraint. It's neither too minimalistic nor too opulent. It strikes the balance between drama and dignity. The sweetheart neckline is softened with delicate illusion lace that creeps just over the shoulders, giving a subtle nod to classic bridal wear. Yet the cut itself is unmistakably contemporary, structured to flatter without overwhelming. For Christine, whose on-screen presence often involves commanding attention in a courtroom or standing her ground in heated arguments, this silhouette reminds us she's still the strong, self-possessed woman we've cheered for through the decades. The fabric. Fabric tells its own story. In Christine's case, the designers went with a luminous satin base overlaid with layers of chantilly lace. Satin brings a glow, a soft sheen that catches studio lights without becoming blinding. Lace, meanwhile, carries the legacy. Lace has always been symbolic of romance, patience, and craftsmanship, values that reflect Christine's journey with love. But here's the twist. Instead of heavy embroidery, the lace is light, airy, and strategically placed. It doesn't read old-fashioned. It reads enduring elegance. Soap weddings often risk veering into costume territory, but Christine's dress avoids that trap with a fabric choice that's luxurious, but not ostentatious. The details. What really elevates the gown are the details you only catch on a second or third glance. The back of the dress plunges into a daring scoop, edged with rows of tiny pearl buttons that shimmer with every step. The train is modest by soap standards. This isn't a 10-foot cathedral sweep designed for gasps, but a 2-foot glide that allows Christine to move with grace. It's as if the show is saying, this isn't just about spectacle, it's about authenticity. Even the veil was chosen with precision. Instead of yards of gauzy tulle obscuring her face, Christine wears a fingertip-length veil edged with the same lace from her bodice, ensuring cohesion. It's a veil that says, I'm a bride, without screaming it. And then there are the accessories. Understated diamond drop earrings and a bracelet that eagle-eyed fans suspect might be a family heirloom. Soap wardrobes love Easter eggs, and it wouldn't be surprising if that bracelet ties back to a storyline from years ago, a subtle nod to her history that longtime viewers will recognize. Symbolism in white. White wedding gowns carry built-in symbolism, but Christine's take on it adds extra layers. This isn't the icy, untouched white of purity tropes. Instead, it's a warm ivory that flatters her complexion and feels lived in, much like Christine herself. She isn't a naive bride embarking on her very first romance. She's a seasoned woman making a choice with eyes wide open. Ivory also reads as timeless on camera. While true white can wash out under studio lights, ivory offers depth and softness, a choice that keeps Christine glowing in every frame. Fan reactions. Within minutes of the photos dropping online, fans exploded with commentary. On social media, hashtags like #ChristineBride and #WhyOurWeddingOfTheYear trended as viewers debated every detail. Some praised the gown's simplicity, calling it the most Christine dress ever. Others argued it could have been more dramatic, but even those critiques came tinged with admiration for how true the look felt to her character. One fan tweeted, "Christine's dress is proof you don't need a ballroom's worth of tulle to be breathtaking. Understated is powerful." Another chimed in with, "I see those pearl buttons. Someone better make sure no rival bride tries to rip them off mid-ceremony." Because let's face it, this is Genoa City. Even the most beautiful wedding dress is always one shocking twist away from being stained by champagne, tears, or betrayal. The wedding itself. If the dress is this carefully chosen, the wedding promises fireworks. Christine's history with love hasn't exactly been smooth sailing. Whether it's betrayals, rivalries, or courtroom showdowns, her relationships have always carried high stakes. That makes this gown even more poignant. She's walking into this new chapter fully aware of her past, but refusing to let it define her future. In soap tradition, dresses often foreshadow drama. A minimalist gown might signal chaos to come, because the dress can't compete with the storyline, while an extravagant gown sometimes telegraphs heartbreak, all that investment just waiting to be ruined. Christine's middle ground choice suggests balance. Perhaps this time, the wedding really will be about love more than spectacle. Of course, this is Genoa City, so viewers know better than to count on an uninterrupted ceremony. Whether it's an ex storming in, a secret revealed, or someone collapsing in the pews, something dramatic will unfold. But when it does, Christine will be wearing a gown that feels bulletproof, at least emotionally. A defining moment. For longtime young and restless viewers, Christine's wedding dress is more than a wardrobe choice. It's a culmination. We've watched her as Cricket the ingenue, Christine the determined lawyer, Christine the heartbroken wife, and Christine the comeback queen. This dress ties those chapters together. By choosing elegance over extravagance, strength over frill, Christine's gown reminds us that soap opera women aren't frozen in time. They evolve. And just like her dress, Christine is proof that beauty doesn't come from excess, but from authenticity and endurance.